splitting back up within the nomad camp anyways to do your own stuffs. Someone was on the hunt for a muffin and then on the hunt for a muffin recipe and was turned down at basically every corner, but did manage to, start working towards repairing slash making a new ballista.
Was he back yet?
Yeah. You think?
And then basically evening happened. You guys all seemingly turned in for the night, except for the busy ones. And no watches were needed because, you're already in a nomad camp where a bunch of druids and rangers are already doing their thing anyways. So now morning happens. And with morning happening, we'll actually go with, why are you rusty, Chan?
Because I don't remember how to play D&D. It's been like 2.5 months. Girl game. It's been a long ass time.
A singular person was trying to enter the camp. She decided to start out early in the morning to get her own travels down and out of the way with as fast as she could. She heard about the camp and had basically been traveling in that direction. And Rin, you notice that the other occupant of your tent is currently not there at the moment. And B, you notice that there happens to be two direwolves that have sat down on their haunches, just kind of looking at you as you are walking on the trail towards what you assume to be a camp in the distance.
Good morning. Just gonna kind of give them their space, I assume you live in the camp? No harm intended. No need to growl. I'm looking for a group of travelers. I think you might have them.
In front of your eyes, you do see one of them begin to change shape, and she changes back into a humanoid form, a tabaxi female looking at you. She looks very sleek, very pretty, and she says, "How do you know of this group?"
A friend of theirs sent me. And she sort of like does a big gesture and like a presentory bow, and she goes, "My name is B. I'm hoping they can help
Bee?
me."
Like the little yellow and black bug?
Sure, absolutely. Or the letter, whichever.
Is it just the letter, or is it B as in B-E-E-E-E-E-E?
It's just the letter B. My friends call me B, so you should call me B.
I see.
She winks.
And there's going to be a dice roll going on. I know you don't intend any harm, so give me a persuasion check.
Sure. What's my persuasion? Oh, okay. Well, I rolled like shit, but that's a 15.
I just dumped out my whole dice bag looking for my D20 that was in my dice tray.
Oh.
Well, she absolutely believes and apparently is hung on almost every word you're saying anyways. You were apparently telling an extremely interesting story out of nothing.
Mm-hmm. So, are they there?
Yes, they had just arrived yesterday. We've been basically keeping them company and giving them some stuff before they go on this endeavor of theirs that they have to go through today.
Are they still asleep?
You actually see one of the dire wolf to the right of this Tabaxi woman nod, and she says, and then the one to the Tabaxi woman says, "I believe so. It's pretty early in the morning still."
Well, B walks right up to the Tabaxi woman, like right up to her, and goes, "Would you mind to get them together for me, maybe?"
She takes a awkward step back, and she says, "I don't know about gathering them together because I don't know where all of them are, but I can escort you at least to the camp.
Sounds great.
Sophia, can you continue to keep watch?" You see the direwolf nod again, and in one leap is basically in the trees without you being able to see her.
Lead the way.
And the Tabaxi woman leads you back to the nomad camp. The rest of you are definitely now rising in whatever orders you are. Most likely Iris and Stabum last, since Stabum, I think, is holding a kid. And Iris is driving.
If possible, B would like to just go to the very center of town and take a seat and wait.
So, if any of you are walking out of your abodes that you have been resting in the night through,
I'd probably get up.
as you get up, go about your morning stuff. Rin, are you getting up as well?
Yeah. I am. Yeah, I'll get up.
Okay, and again, you do notice that Sophia is not there.
Thank you for reminding me who I slept with last night.
I figured you
Because
needed
I
the
forgot the
reminder.
name. I was like, which one was it again? Shit.
And the other one's name is Leafany for anyone else that forgot.
Yep.
I'm with Sophia, right?
You are with Leafany.
Oh, got it.
She
Thank
hasn't
you.
even introduced herself yet, but you are with Leafany.
Oh, I will ask her name.
On the way back, then she introduces herself as Leafany, and she says, "Of course, the direwolf that you saw earlier was my sister Sophia. We are twins, and we are usually the two patrolling around the camp for people, for all the rest of them.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you."
Pleasure is mine."
She winks again.
Leafany kind of stumbles over herself a little bit. Anyways, you do make your way to the center of camp. Leafany says, "Oh, are you just gonna stop here?"
Well, I'd like to introduce myself to all of them at once, but I don't know what kind of luck I'm going to have, so I'll just wait.
Oh, well, okay. I will see who's up and around then, at least.
Thank you so much, darling.
And she walks off. And no sooner than she walks off than you see a few Tabaxi children in their curiosity immediately stroll up to you. And basically, it's what you expect. You are definitely a very exotic looking woman to them. So they're just kind of curious and not and like poking and prodding for information and just having fun with you.
Bex is terrible with kids, but B's really good with them, so she's
Oh,
doing whatever
sure,
it is
okay.
you do to entertain a
No,
bunch
that's
of kids.
fine. B basically does a few dance steps for them, and they start becoming entranced and start trying to dance with B, and B and the
Definitely.
kids are just having a good old time.
She's giving them like hula lessons or something.
Uh, Alfir, since you were first to rise, and Rin shortly after, as you two both walk out of your tents, it's not hard to see the middle of the encampment right now, which is actually causing quite a stir as you see a bunch of children surrounding what looks to be a very pale looking woman. And
Pale.
upon
Back up.
closer yeah,
Super, super dark skin.
That does not show dark skin on that picture.
No, it was just the closest picture I could find.
Okay. Any other details you would like to give? You can explain yourself.
Yeah, I have a whole description for her if you guys want to know what she looks like.
Alfir and Rin, you see Bex go.
She's a super tall tiefling, really, really dark purple skin. She's got black horns that kind of tuck back behind her ears, and her hair is bright white, goes all the way down to her hips. She's sort of curvy but muscular, and she's wearing leather armor that's like painted a light pink, and it's covered in purple flowers. And then she's wearing a silk skirt over that that has the same pattern and kind of matches her painted leather armor, slit all the way up to her hip. And if you see her walking around, you'll notice she's wearing point shoes on her feet, and she sort of slinks everywhere she goes a little bit. Tall Witch is a good nickname for her. She's very tall. Oh, that's his tail. That too. That's what she looks like. The end of my story.
Probably
So-
saying that, I'd do that kind of cocked, curious cat look and walk up.
Hello, you must be Alfir, right?
Yeah. How do you know
The
who I am?
tracker? You're the tracker, right?
You can track things, yeah.
Hmm.
And what's your name?
My friends call me B.
Like the letter?
The letter B, yeah. I'd love to tell you more, but I'd really love to tell you all at once. You think you could help me get the rest of the menagerie together?
Well, I think I saw Ren moving when I walked out, and guess we can try and find out where everybody else is.
I have a feeling that you're the one to help me.
Can give it a shot. So I guess
Let's see those tracking skills to work, huh?
So as Bewitch, of course.
Bewitched.
As
That's good.
Alfir goes to help B with this endeavor. Rin, you also have now officially seen B. She is, of course, surrounded by the Chillins. And stab him. And Iris, are you home yet? I see you in roll 20, but I don't know if you're actually home.
Bewitch is good on so many levels, Kit. It's ridiculous.
I'm home. Sorry.
Okay.
Are you really sorry?
Stabum and Iris, you two both rouse from your slumbers too.
There's a
So you
strange
two are
dog
welcome
in
to
my
do
house,
city
and I
things.
don't know where it came from.
What the fuck?
I don't fucking know. It's cute, but
Questions?
Geez, Stabum doesn't even want to meet B. He's running off. Bye. See ya.
Oh, Rin's gonna go take a piss in the woods.
Iris is gonna wake up and have an existential crisis. You know, her usual.
I mean, you kind of like it didn't change from whenever you went to bed. So is it really like have or keep having?
It's just kind of like, she wakes up and she's like, oh, yeah, that was reality that happened, not just a terrible, terrible, terrible nightmare.
In her defense, she did see her brother. Her brother's looking safe.
For now. That was last night. How am I to know that that's still the case?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, a lot of bad shit's been happening to her. Can you really blame her for being pessimistic?
No, I guess not. So yeah, Stabum, you quickly run off. B, you actually see Stabum running off because
Is
it's
that-
very easy to tell a turtle from Tabaxi.
Is that?
Uh,
Hey,
and Stabum, you go to check on your ballista just to realize that, yeah, that shop guy is still sleeping himself.
did he just? Okay. I can keep waiting. I'm patient.
He probably realized that wanted to check on his ballista that he's trying to get fixed, which
A ballista?
yeah, it's kind of a long story. I guess the short version of it is he found one on a shipwreck when we were down in Aquara and then has kept it ever since.
Fascinating. His name is Stabum, right? I have that right?
Yeah.
Noted, Kit, on what you did. Rin, you finish up your business in the woods and come back. Unless you don't want to come back.
I am going to go a couple trees over from the tree that I watered. Sit down, and I'm going to cast Commune with Nature.
Your goal? Questions?
Powerful celestial phase, fiends, elementals, or undeads. That's the main thing. And influence from other planes. Because I remember doing it on the beach, but don't remember doing it here.
The presences that you had detected before all kind of feel like they are, it's almost giving mixed signals. You're not exactly sure where to pinpoint / tell exactly where they are all from because there are too many to actually track. The most clear of any of them is that it's still leading more towards the center of the island and it's still seemingly underground. Like you're looking down at what you feel to just be a huge dark spot, and that's what you got.
Well, that bodes well. Don't want to interrupt or watch, so I will go back to the camp.
All right. And then Iris, what you doing besides the existential crisis?
I don't know.
Like, are you just crying in your room and not coming out, or in your tent and not coming out? Sorry, and sorry, I'm also eating dinner.
No, that would be pathetic. Okay. Uh, nah, she will. Fuck. I don't know how to play Iris anymore. It's been too long. She will have her existential crisis, then she'll get out of her room and just, I guess, look for her friends.
You sort of see a few of the friends. Well, you see them, but it's not all of them. So word choice. Sorry. You see a few of your friends starting to gather around a very new person to this type of encampment. Bex has already explained Bewitch, so you see
I
Bewitch
love it.
basically.
It's so good.
Iris will, with her intelligence, assume this is just Istathan being someone new.
She gonna come up, or I'm just curious.
Seeing as she assumes it's Istathan, no. She will. I don't know who else is around. Like who all is around? This
It's
new person.
basically Alfir and Stabum at the moment, and you see Rin walking back from the woods.
When
Oh.
Stabum inspects the tail, B pats him on the chest with it.
I will wander over to where I see Rin is.
Bee leans over to Alfir, like right in his ear, and whispers, "You guys hang out less than I expected."
Yeah, it's been kind of weird since we went on the road.
Okay.
Rin, as you are basically just getting back into the encampment proper, Iris is walking up to you.
You sleep okay? Given everything?
Define okay.
You are rested?
I'm functional.
I'll take it.
Do you know who that is?
No, I just know that there's bad shit pretty much everywhere around us in a 3-mile radius.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Wait, no, I'm. What? How?
Well,
Care to elaborate?
that tree over there told me. Not the one 2 over. That one's watered. No, the one to the left of that one.
Okay.
Well, I suppose it's not necessarily bad stuff, but it's probably bad stuff.
So what? What do you mean? What is
Oh, you
around
can
us
actually
then?
discern what kind it is too, right?
It doesn't specifically say which thing, but the example it gives kind of leans towards that direction. Because it says that you can gain knowledge of 3 facts, one of them being powerful celestial phase fiends, elementals, or undead, and then it says, for example, you can determine the location of powerful undead in the area. So, yes? Question mark?
So you could tell that they were fiends and demons.
Yeah, no, very bad.
How many of these bad things?
I lost count.
Well, that's just great.
Mm-hmm. And no, I don't know who that person is.
Is it safe to assume that Istithan being someone new?
I guess?
Whatever happened to him, by the way? I don't think I really ever asked.
But
I mean,
I
not that I
wouldn't
care,
know.
blah blah
I
blah.
mean, you would know a little bit more than I did because you went under the water and I didn't. But
I
they
went
said that
underwater and he
you went
was
somewhere.
being a piece of shit and I left.
Yeah, that's all I got. I think they said he went somewhere or something. I don't remember. I fell asleep and other things. I'm gonna get breakfast.
Alright, I'm gonna go pray to remaining god for spells, I guess.
Ooh.
Yep, okay, see ya, bye.
While that's happening, I
Fuck
will
off.
Respond to stab him first,
respond
please.
to stab him. I assume he asked me those things back to back, or said those 2 things back to back, so I'm just gonna say, we'll get back to that god dying thing in a minute, but, Ishto Witch, is that your wizard? Is he not here? Is he missing? Then yes, he's, where is he? Is he not with you anymore? What happened? Went off with the thing that ate our kangu.
God.
At saying that, you
You're
actually
interesting.
hear from one of the other tents now. Ah! What the fuck? Why am I here? And you see a very, very spiky armored individual burst out of the back of a tent, really, taking the tent with him as he says, "Get this fucking thing off me!"
Well, I'm eating my breakfast somewhere
I'm
else.
letting Stab'em deal with this.
I am wandering off and now, like, fast walking away from this whole situation.
I'm gonna go eat my breakfast in a tree.
You don't have to help very much because the dwarf, in his anger to get a tent that has fallen on him from him doing his own shit, decided to do what a battle rager dwarf does best and shakes the living shit out of himself. And the tent was literally just getting ripped up and shredded up right in front of your eyes. As you get to him, he grabs and pulls the last speck of tent off of him and says, "I've seen you before. You've been in a fucking inn. You drank some Gutbuster. Ah, put her here." He gives you an immediate handshake. Sure. I'm sorry, I nat 20'd. I have nat 1'd, and I have nat 20'd today. We're on a roll already.
Oh, that was a nat 1. That makes so much more sense now. I only rolled a 2 on that check, by the way.
I rolled a 1 on that one. So yeah, he gives you a handshake, and it's not like you're handshaking with that blacksmith. This dwarf literally buckles your knees the moment you grasp hands with him. You keep your footing, you don't fall to your knees, but you can tell he's got some unhumanly strength to him. Something is fucking up with this guy. On an island? What the hell are we doing here? That is a great question, and Sasha's not answering the fucking mind? I don't know. She's not talking right now.
Sasha can't come to the phone right now.
You got that right. Anyways, I think I've been introduced before, but not by myself. Name's Puent. Nice to meet you.
Puent, P-U-E-N-T.
P-W-E-N-T.
P-W-E-N-T.
Seeing as Sasha seems to be fucking absent for now, I guess I'm gonna join you guys. But I have a
Feelings
question.
over to Alfir. That guy's in your party.
Where's the
too.
ale?
I think that's Sasha.
Is that the one they call 2?
Yeah.
Fascinating. What kind of magic is that?
That's a good question.
Huh. I have
Puent
questions.
goes to stab him and basically confirms that they need to go look for the ale.
So, Alfir, it seems like gathering your party might be beyond our capability right now. So everyone's just leaving.
It seems that way.
Well, I guess we'll just have to get to know each other then.
I guess.
I don't think I have a flask, do I? Hold on, let me check. She would offer if she does.
We just need an endless keg.
Nope, she does not have a flask.
Need a cask of ale like grog?
Yep. Cask and a flask.
Well, you won't be spending all of the time just getting to know each other. I do need to talk to Alfir about some things, and you are welcome to join in, since it seems like you're going to be joining them regardless.
Who is that who's talking?
A figure approaches you, looking like he's actually shrinking in size as he's getting closer to you from what seemingly was a massive dire wolf.
What kind of magic is that?
That's
It is Mako Grande, and he stealth rolled his ass right up behind you guys.
that's probably Mako. He's a powerful druid.
Bee bows and she says, "Yes, I'm the newest member of the Misfit Menagerie. Not that they seem to know or care yet, but yeah, my name's Bee. Nice to meet you." Well, if
You're
you
not there,
introduce yourself
Iris.
to her ass, if you wanted
You're
to
not there,
fucking talk
Iris.
to her.
I know.
So,
I'm just saying, like, whoa.
none of you guys give a shit that I rolled a new character into this game, so I'm fucking doing what I gotta do.
Calm down, both of you. It's fine. You're
You're not
also
there
not
either.
there. No one is there besides Alfir right
No
now
one
with
gives a
B.
shit, so I'm hanging out with Elfir. Jesus.
Everybody ditched us.
We should speak of our plans over breakfast. It's not like the plans are going to be any big secret thing. So why don't you come with me? Rin actually looks like he's already walking in that general direction. Stabum and Puent are walking the complete opposite direction. What are they looking for?
I think they're looking for something to drink.
I am grabbing food and then finding a tree because I hate that fucking being.
So the new Sasha and Stabum are. I imagine that since I'm seeing a battle rager before me right now, that they're looking for ale.
Most likely.
Ooh.
I'm guessing there's
Huh.
gonna be a
Hold on a second.
tall order around
He
here.
goes off to the side a little bit. Actually, not grabs for, but calls for one of the other people in the camp, really, and goes to them and says, "We need a couple of our druids to go to the port real quick to bring back a few kegs of ale. This has to happen today. Make it quick, please." And the seriousness with which he said that to the person, that person basically bolts off and gathers an entourage of people to start making this happen. Anyways, I think I've heard you say your name is B.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the children have been quite excited to see you and dance with you, but for now, let's go get our food, and hopefully I can try to rein everyone in, including Stabum and new Sasha.
I'm
So
never turned down hospitality. Sounds good.
he says he basically guides you guys towards after Rin, basically, and then he says, "All right, time to go round up some people." And as he walks away from you guys, you see a massive direwolf start to form where a Mako used to stand. And it's one of the weirdest things because everyone in the camp just seems to be able to walk around this massive direwolf just fine, as well as this massive direwolf seems to be able to navigate through the camp without knocking anything over or anything. Like this is just second nature to them.
He's definitely managed to make that form bigger.
And dexterous, I like it. Well, B's going wherever Alcil goes, so.
You two are basically following Ren. Or not following Ren. Ren has stopped at the basically gathering for food, got a pretty good plate of food, and has started walking off again.
Wait, Rin, where are you going?
Finding a tree. Fucking battle rager piece of.
Mako was wanting to talk to us about what we're supposed to be doing today.
Then why is he leaving?
To try and wrangle everybody else together. Because apparently everybody's going off in their own directions.
Sorry, please excuse me. Are you Rin the Executioner?
No.
You're not? Is he lying to me? Alfie, is he lying to me?
I don't know. Is he lying to you?
God, is he lying to me?
Rin, explain the look you might have given when she called you an executioner.
I mean that there's no look. Rin is not an executioner. Also, Rin's not his name.
Then might I ask, are you a member of the Misfit Menagerie?
Yep.
My name is Bee. It's nice to meet you. I apologize for mistaking you for someone else. Who might you be?
I'm Okran.
Okran, it's a pleasure. She bows to him. You're, tall. I like that.
And hungry.
Same here.
Starts eating food.
I just realized I don't think Iris knows that Rin isn't your real name. I don't think it's ever been mentioned other than just Rin.
I don't think anybody knew that.
He
No.
introduced himself as that.
He did
on the
introduce
first-
himself as that.
When? Before we
That-
joined the game?
I was
It's
gonna
the
say, I
whole
was late to the
reason
party.
Stabham calls him Acorn.
I have been
But
wondering
yes.
why the fuck Stabham calls him Acorn this whole time.
But
I
yes,
put
he
it
has
together a couple weeks in, but you know.
introduced himself as Okran before, and
I heard
Stabham
that.
immediately just defaulted to Acorn.
Yep. I have pretty much always introduced myself as Okran, but it gets quickly overshadowed. Goes by Ren, but Acorn it is not.
Well, Okran, I am I'm your party's newest member. It's nice to meet you.
Who sent you?
A friend of yours. I'd love not to have to repeat my story over and over again, so hopefully your party? Not really looking
Friend.
like a party right now, but
I don't have many of those.
I had heard that, you were traveling as a member of a group that I can name, and all of you seem to identify with the name, yet none of you seem to want to talk to each other. It's pretty odd. But
Well, right now
yes.
there's only one person I don't really want to talk to. Given I don't really talk to her in her usual form anyway, because that's not the form that I knew. I like the first one better than the second one, and I definitely don't like the third one. I think there's a fourth or a fifth too, but I've just kind of given up on counting.
Is this your friend who just turned into a battle rager?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like that one.
I'm sorry for, coming at a hard time, but seems like you guys might need some help after all.
Not usually.
Well, like I said, a friend of yours sent me, so.
Iris, where did you try to head off to pray to get your spells?
Somewhere private. I also wanted to do something else when there is a moment.
Well, you have your moment.
Okay. Not sure how great of an idea this is, but I am going to ritual cast commune. Oh fuck. I just dropped everything all over the place.
Is this the questions one, or what is this one?
This is the one that killed my god.
No, I mean, like, what's the... Excuse me, sorry. Was this...
Uh,
Oh my gosh, stop hiccuping me.
I can ask up to 3 questions. That can be answered with yes or no. I receive a correct answer for each question.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, first thing I really just wanted to see was if I was going to get fucking, I don't know, put back wherever I did that first time, but I guess not. So,
Nope. You finish your spell and it goes off correctly, and your goddess is awaiting your questions.
before I do that, is Shar still the only one on my holy symbol?
Yes.
Okay. I will ask, is Saloon alive?
Yes.
Oh fuck, thank God. Fuck, it has to be a yes or no question.
You did not come prepared to this.
I was expecting a no to that one, to be fair. Is she okay?
No.
Is it my fault?
You get a very long pause before that one.
Just saying you can say yes, no, or unclear.
Again, you get a very long pause before that one. And then you finally hear no.
Well, that's reassuring. Okay. That's all I wanted to do.
And when you end your communion and you come out of your trance-like state of asking those questions, your eyes are every single one of them, including the ones that are even in front, except for your own two eyes, are looking at a dire wolf just sitting on its haunches, and you see the enormity of this dire wolf, and you know it's Mako.
Hello.
He unshifts and says, I'm not going to ask what you were doing there, but food is definitely being served, and I would like to get all of you together to have a meetup and talk about what we could get going on for you guys today.
Alrighty.
And before he turns away and transforms back into a direwolf, he says, I do hope everything is going okay on your end. And then he plods off immediately back in direwolf form before you can really answer or shake your head or anything.
Okay. I will just kind of chill there for a little bit. Just kind of enjoying the quiet peace, and then I'll go back.
All right. Stabum and Puent. You two have basically, in your haste to find ale, have circled the camp in its entirety and finally found yourselves before even Mako finds you basically at the food hall area. But even here, there's just no ale to be found. And Puent is getting pretty livid about it. He basically goes to you and says, "You know what you don't get when you transfer souls? You don't get your fucking ale. You don't bring back the kegs and all the shit that you have in there." Ah, you have some Gutbuster, do you? I'd be happy to. And Stabum, you actually see this pretty quickly. A dire wolf, really massive, just kind of trotting up to you guys, seemingly as if he was just sniffing the air and has been following your trail, and shifts back into Mako, walking up to you guys, which is sort of a good thing because Puent turns around in a haste, expecting something massive, just to see Mako standing there instead, and Puent looks thoroughly confused. And Mako, to the both of you, says, "Greetings, Stabum. I kind of like the nickname, actually. Regardless, you two seem to have found your way back to the camp anyways, so I'd like to hold a meeting now with all of you, and especially, I guess, your new member. Yes, well, I'm going to join all of you for breakfast. We do have some pretty important things to talk about. Uh, and assuming your answer is yes, he's going to also, yes, all right. He's going to basically lead you guys to where the rest of the group is, and hey, the Misfit Menagerie is finally together for the day.
Took an hour.
For now. And as you guys all start digging in, Mako does not actually dig in for any food. He does have some beverage next to him, but otherwise he's more so intent on talking to you all. And he says, "So, as you might be able to tell, there are issues with our temple, and I am exceedingly happy that you have all decided to stay to help out with that, especially Iris and Rin." Well, I assume that you would just be sticking along with Alfir because I'm not exactly sure Alfir would want to leave at this point, knowing that there's troubles on the island.
Like to stay and help out.
Let's not talk about that.
I've said it before, I'll repeat it here again. A blow here to the demons and to Xeon would be a blow to them no matter where they are currently at or trying to take over. So we need to regain footing is basically what it's coming down to. And the demons have already spread this far. They haven't reached Adventure City yet, but if they take this place, if they kill our god, then things will continue to get worse.
Yeah, I can't have another dead god.
Who's killing gods?
Still super conflicted on this.
Conflicted or not, Rin, there are clear indications that gods do provide enough to actually keep this world turning. So we do need help in one way or another. And even if it's not to help out the gods specifically, it would be to help out the cycle of life that as it goes on here. Gods unfortunately control that, and we tend to hold them at least a bit at fault for most of the shit going on.
Yeah, demons bad. Got it.
Which demons are the opposite end of the spectrum to gods, so can't have one without the other.
Wait, if all the demons were dead, we wouldn't need gods?
That would be a weird crusade to start, but I wouldn't be against it.
I would. So, Who is this new person calling themselves part of us?
Oh, fabulous. A chance to introduce myself. Thank
I
you
was just
for the
getting to that.
opportunity, Iris. She sort of does a spin and a big bow and says, I'm your newest member. My name is Bee. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Who says that you're our newest member?
Well, me, but a friend of yours did send me.
That's not how membership to groups usually works.
By all accounts, I'm the newest member here. Twint pipes up from drinking the Gutbuster he is sharing with Stabum.
I glare at him.
I wouldn't call
I
myself
ignore him.
a witch, Stabum, but I do have a flair for certain magical abilities.
Then you're a witch to him.
Are you interested to see what I can do, or what would be the best way for me to introduce myself?
Stab him, am I a witch? And I cast light on something.
Oh my god.
Iris is blind.
Please
Rip.
not close to me.
Rip.
Iris is blind.
As long as it's not within 5 feet of me.
You were sitting right next to Rin, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Iris is blind.
The fuck? I told you not to do that!
Sorry, forgot. Whoops. Well, I guess I'll turn that off. Well, it doesn't matter now that it's happened.
Yep, don't worry about me. I guess I'll just... Fuck.
At least it's nice and pink. I mean, not that you can see it yet.
Stabum is trying to talk as well, so just pay attention to that as in Discord too, please.
Yeah, in response to Stabum's question, Bee's gonna start dancing.
Are you casting any spells with the dance?
That depends. How long are they gonna let me dance for?
I'll just be Nope, I won't be watching this. I'm blind.
Yeah, if everybody but Iris watches, she'd probably dance for about a minute. That's usually how long she dances for.
What's happening? Someone explain it.
Would mean that
She's
everybody other
dancing.
than Iris has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, cool. I get to observe that. Wisdom save. Thanks, Ren.
You get
That's
to
a-
avoid your highest save.
Yep.
That's a 12.
Stabum fails. My DC 17.
Alfair fails as well.
Well, all right. That'll start the night off. Nat 20.
What about Puent and Mako?
So something odd happens when you try dancing, and Twent doesn't seem to care. He's just gorging on Gutbuster and food.
I mean, B isn't particularly bothered whether or not the ability works. I'm just curious.
As in, like, you whatever you are casting or trying to do with this, he's just in his own world. It seems like just eating his food and having the Gutbuster.
Well, the people who failed their save are charmed by me for an hour. So, have fun with that. I think Bewitch is a great name for me, by the way, Stabum. Thank you very much. I like it. I think, I'll still ask people to call me B, but I'm not mad about that nickname.
Keep saying a friend sent you. Who's
Oh,
your friend?
yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I believe you all know someone named Rorik. He
Yeah.
lives in Adventure City.
Yeah, he's the blacksmith.
Yes, also,
Stabum starts swooning.
I think Stabum did start swooning.
You hear a thunk under the table.
Oh no.
just my charming face, but rest assured, he did send me. He mentioned you guys were on some pretty big world-altering missions, and I happen to be looking for a combination of some notoriety and maybe, helping some people out while I'm at it, so I thought I'd join.
Stabum and Alfair, because you two are charmed, you two believe this wholeheartedly anyways.
I'm just gonna look at Iris and say, we should talk later.
It's been a minute, right?
Oh yeah, she's not dancing anymore.
And it's been a minute for the
Okay.
blindness too.
Oh yeah.
All
Also,
right.
sorry about that.
It's okay. Just, yep, don't do that, please.
I forget.
And okay, about what? When people say we need to talk, it's usually something bad.
Oh, it's definitely something bad.
Oh, great. I love to hear that.
Well, now that awkward exchange is over while I'm still trying to introduce myself, I guess I'll stop trying to introduce myself.
Yes, I apologize for having a conversation with my friend.
Well, I would love to meet you, but it sounds like you're a little bit busy, so I'll let Mako take back over.
We said later.
You should probably all get to know each other before I divest any details about the temple and what needs to happen there, because I'm pretty sure some amount of teamwork might be required to, do some things.
I do have a few questions, if no one minds.
Ask away.
Go ahead.
So, it seems like I don't know, whoever 2 is now this dwarf man, is that right?
For now, yeah.
Buddy.
Puent, it's nice to meet you, Puent.
He's a hugger.
Pleasure's mine. And you just hear a huge rip of a fart.
Ah,
God.
don't worry. I've seen worse. Anyway, so that's the same person as this 2.
No.
Yes? No?
Kind of. It's complicated.
Does anybody care to explain a little bit
Complicated.
more?
We'll explain it to you when we understand.
Okay,
Yeah, that's more of a Sasha question, and she's not here right now.
but this Sasha isn't gone, but your wizard is gone?
We don't know.
He was, or she was,
Oh yeah.
taken
No.
by,
Nameless took Isthathan away.
Oh, so it sounds like you need a new member anyway, huh? Oh, Dad, that's tragic. I'm sorry about the loss of your friend.
We couldn't tell. Sasha failed her scry, so we don't know.
Well, if you have the right components, I can maybe help with that problem. Dancing isn't my only ability.
Only you can put souls back where they belong instead of just raising them.
I'm more on the charming the living. Not really big on life and death. Who has no body? I'm so sorry. I'm a little confused.
Wait, so am I aware that these... Wait, who all is charmed by her right now?
Alfir and Stabum?
Give me
Can I
an
make
Arcana
an
check.
insight? Oh, okay. Even better. That's a natural 19, so that is a 26.
You can tell there is some residual magic, kind of just like, almost as if it's being breathed in constantly by Stabum and Alfir.
What's this?
What's
Ubu.
what, dear?
Ooh, why?
Sorry. What you've done to 2 of our party members.
Oh,
What did you...
that just happens sometimes. There's not really anything I can do about it, but it'll pass. Not to worry. I promise I won't do anything dirty with them while they're like this.
I kind of give Rin a look.
I stab him to see if I can knock him out of it.
Roll an attack.
Until it takes any damage. If you damage him, he can redo his
Roll
save.
that, bitch.
Oh, it's. Oh, I'm a hit. 26. Yeah, natural
Jesus.
18. I hit you, motherfucker.
Oh, he doesn't have to resave. It ends when you hit him.
That's just 5 flat.
Oh, see, he snapped out of it. No big deal. It happens. Like I said, nothing I can really do about it.
Could not cast something.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you can hit Alfir.
Dear, I didn't cast anything. I just did what I do.
Take 99 damage.
Wait, I actually
Oh,
have
by the
more
way.
health than you. Yay.
She looks at Iris and she says, I understand why you're worried. I didn't cast anything. I can cast things on purpose, but that just happens. There's not really anything I can do to stop it. But like I said,
It's
I promise not to manipulate them while they're in this state, because I really do want to join your party.
I stand up.
Ah, the tall one. Okrin, go ahead.
And slap V. Or
Good.
Alfir. Sorry.
Oh, V? Oh. I think
Slap
it's V.
Alfir.
Physically slaps V all the way through the fucking stream.
I'm just kind of
Alright.
sitting there and I'm grumbling. I'm
Alfir.
like, yeah, but when I cast magic on the party, I get thrown in the fucking ocean.
All right. So something really bad's going to happen later because that's a 20, a 19, and an 18. So that's a 19. Plus my 8. So V, you're going to take 5.
So you're gonna fail every other roll tonight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be real bad coming up.
Just in time for the
What
combats.
was
I mean,
that
what?
for?
At Stabum's comment,
There
B
you go.
takes the end of her tail and caresses his face, and then she looks at Iris and she says, huh, now they're all snapped out of it. No big deal. Thanks for the help, Okrin.
Don't do it again.
Like I said, it just happens. I really didn't do it on purpose. That's what happens when I dance. People like it.
Then don't dance.
Oh, but dancing is who I am. How could I not? Also, you know, my magic comes from dance, the stuff I cast on purpose, so if we were to get in some kind of fight, maybe, and you wanted my help, the only way for me to do it is to...
She can leave her friends behind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, also, I would really prefer it if you didn't try and stop me. I really mean no harm. I'm sorry that the way I introduced myself made you guys upset. I really very interested in joining your party, like I said. I mean no harm to you. I just want to help.
Are you all in agreement with her joining the party?
To be decided.
Alfir rubbing where he got slapped. Say, I think we could probably use the help.
How about on a trial period?
I do indeed stab him. I'm happy to prove my worth, but I think you'll find that you'll want me around pretty quickly.
Stab,
Okay.
I thought you were saving yourself for Rourke.
I'm okay with giving it a trial period, but
Wow.
they have a problem with it.
Rorik did send me. Stab him is right.
Rourke center, so she's Rourke. Is that what you're getting at?
I doubt it. That makes me laugh.
Okay,
Wow.
trial period is a go. Moving on with what may need to transpire. And hilarity and laughter aside, Mako seriouses up a little bit, and he looks at Alfir and says, "So part of why we haven't been able to get into these temples and these ruins and any of this stuff is because I feel like you are the key component of that. There not having been a Wereboxy in many, many, many hundreds of years would indicate that the last time there was one was the last time the temple was opened. At least in a way that we could get into it."
Okay.
Sorry, real quick. I'll stop soon, but what's a werebaxi exactly?
It is a guardian entity of our cat lord.
And this is something that Alfir turns into?
Relatively recently, yes, he has begun to.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
If he controls it, that might be in your favor, but if he can't control it, things
You're
might
really-
end badly for someone.
You're really not looking forward to it.
Oh, well, good to know. I like to live on the edge.
The boon of what might need to transpire today is the fact that as you guys unlock the ability to enter the temple, Alfir may gain full control of this ability.
That's good.
That would be good.
Yeah, I don't want to have to knock him out again.
Don't want to get apparently dunked in the ocean again.
Okay. Again, that one was not me. I had no part in that one. I did not put you in the water. The previous time was the one I knocked you out. But that time I had no involvement in it.
For him not to fall in the water.
I was on a different boat. You can pin that trauma on those guys. Or that boat. I don't care. Apparently
Isn't
Cass-
Iris pointed to at that point?
I don't know. Gesture to everyone else.
So, before reaching the temple proper, there are a few sites that are focal points or sources of energy that, while having been siphoned off from what I can tell by whatever is invading the temple as it is already, should still work to be able to give Alfir enough control over the temple itself to be able to gain entrance should he be able to attune to all of these focal points.
I'm still convinced you just didn't knock.
I'm pretty sure
You
that was one of
know,
the first things that was tried.
over the hundreds of years, I've knocked plenty. Don't worry about it, we have tried. You know, we've even done the whole... We got no reply there either.
Hmm.
Oh, I know that song.
Maybe you were supposed to do it backwards.
So
We've tried everything. I'm pretty sure where Bax is needed.
where are these?
Did you try
points, and
asking
is there-
nicely?
Are
We
there
have! Alfir,
magic
to
words
answer your
are-
question, there are 4 focal points on each corner, quote unquote, of the island. Northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. So the closest one you are already next to would be the southeast one. So as far as I know, you'll know it when you see it because there is a giant lion statue, more humanoid in shape, that you'll find when you get there. To protect my encampment over what might transpire there, I am going to have all of our encampment move and actually sort of start holing up more close to the temple. At the same time as that, I'm going to visit your clan, the Sleeping Forest, to actually get them to start meeting up at the temple as well.
Okay, is there a certain order that I need to attune to these two, or?
I am not sure. I don't think there is. As I've said, we haven't been able to figure out how to get in, but I am pretty positive any answers would be at these statues, at these focal points. They are where I sense the greatest power besides the temple itself.
Okay.
At the end of it all, I want to have both the Sleeping Forest and the Raging Mountain ready at the temple to be able to help you fight back whatever is actually inside that temple.
Okay. Guess we should probably get moving pretty quick then.
Well, enjoy, finish up your meals, and yes, we shall get moving on that. Aris note taking aside, you guys do indeed finish up your meals. Twent takes longer because he keeps going for more and more helpings of everything. The Tabaxi cooks have actually ran out of food by the time Twent is done. And you've noticed that after he very quickly ran out of the Gutbuster, Stabham's almost kind of nursing his because every time he takes a hit, he keeps it. He can drink it now, but it's hard.
That's what she said.
Lude.
Twent finally finishes up as well, and he says, "I've got a few hours before I'm thirsty again. Let's go."
Alright. Guess. Hmm.
We're off to talk to a statue. Oh wait, was I supposed to be enthusiastic about that?
No.
Mako gives you guys a couple more details, what paths to take basically on how to get to this specific area. He gives you basically not necessarily a map, but gives Alfir specifically a layout of the island of where these statues are. Something Alfir kind of already knows. He's just getting refreshed on it basically since he's already basically traveled all over this island continuously for most of his life.
Okay.
While we're
And
traveling, Bee's gonna walk up next to stab him and ask him what the weirdest thing they've done is. I give, Kit time to type, and we can move on.
yeah, as you guys walk out of the camp, Mako bids you guys farewell and hopes to see you all at the temple, hopefully relatively soon. And then he actually shifts into a giant eagle, just larger, and starts flying off towards the northwest portion of the island.
While we travel, I guess I would pull Rin aside and be like, "You wanted to talk?"
Do you have the ability to do long range communication?
In short bursts, yes.
You can corroborate the story.
What?
Did Rorik send her or not?
Oh. Good point. Okay. In a momento, I need to make sure that this is 25 words.
I'll be right back.
Oh, there goes the streamer.
Kit's on fire tonight.
And Stabham says, "Holy fuck, there's been another handshake."
She's definitely going to keep chatting with him about just general adventures the menagerie's been up to and what they do for orphans, I guess, and stuff like that. She is trying to get a little more background on the party.
Stab him weaponizes orphans.
B is still a little bit into this. It's cool. He can keep going.
All right.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I will cast a. Do I have that prepared? Good question. I do.
Do you?
I couldn't
I was
remember if I took
really
that or something
crossing my
else.
fingers.
I usually always take it. Like last session was the only time I ever didn't, I think.
And only
yeah.
because she decided to scry her brother instead.
Yeah. Well, no, scrying is always prepared for me because I'm knowledge domain, bitch. So I will sending to Rorik. And Rorik, this is Iris. A tiefling dancing lady just showed up saying that you sent her to us. Is this at all true?
Oh yeah, she put on a hell of a show for our group. She's good. Good people. You'd like her.
Okay. I'll tell Ren. Yeah, he said that we will like her, which remains to be seen, and that she put on a dance for their group. So who's to know if she charmed him into having him send us here or her here? Fuck words.
Just a reminder, she did tell you that people snap out of it. Whether or not you believe her is your business, but she did say that.
Yeah, considering wisdom is one of my lowest saves, but I got fucking lucky with it.
I hope V actually has the stab 'em chat showing up on Discord
I do.
or on the stream.
B is telling Stabham how she met Rorik and the rest of the party and people in Adventure City and all that stuff. She loves telling stories. No, I'm not from Adventure City, but you spend a bit of time there. A lot of good money to be made performing in a big city like that.
As the back and forth goes on, Alfred, give me a survival check.
He tells you she's from Golud, by the way.
Survival. 24.
B shrugs at Stabham in response.
Alfred is as if you were walking down these paths yesterday, but you know the exact path, even more so backed up by Mako's information. It's almost like you literally were just here yesterday walking through these animal paths and getting to where you need to go.
Probably feeling nostalgic while walking along then.
And you guys walk a little ways more. It's about midday, a little bit later than that actually, and you guys finally make it to this place.
With a giant lion in the middle of it. Or is it just that small or that large?
It's Aslan.
Ride me!
We're in Narnia.
Balls, okay. Why don't these ever fit right?
That's what she said.
I
Fuck.
think after today, I'm going to. Hello.
Hello.
Stabum is going to fight from the side. It's where all the tender bits are.
Stab him as you rush up to it. It is humanoid in shape. Has a lion's head and is basically I guess if you've ever played, well, no, you've played 14, so yeah, the Ronso in 14, basically that kind of uh, body build at the moment. I forget what the hell their actual race is called in 14. They're the Ronso. The new cat people. Hrothgar, that's who they are.
The
Hrothgar?
Rogadin with cat heads.
The lion furry.
The lion furries, those two, yeah.
Yeah, them.
Miser, by the way, I can't control my token, just so you know.
Oh, hey, look, Sasha's with us again.
What's up, Pwent?
How about now?
Hold on. Stand by. Trying. Ah, yes. Haha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, you guys get there. You see the pool, the trees, the huge lion statue.
Sitting with my feet in water.
That's what I was about to say.
Rin is
These
upside
things, too.
down, sitting with his feet in the water.
Yep.
How does that work?
Yep.
He's doing a weird yoga pose right now.
It's like his feet are in the water, but his head is also in the water. He's just underwater.
Yep. Ah.
I think Alper's
So he's
gonna
basically just doing this. Bloop.
How long is breath holding?
It's like a minute
Con?
plus your constitution
Yeah, so I'm
modifier
good
in
for 4
minutes.
minutes. I'm good for 4 minutes.
Iris has PTSD from being thrown in the ocean, so I'm gonna stay back
Iris
here.
avoids the water apparently.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna live that down.
Nope.
So yeah, this is what you guys see. What do you guys try to do? Well, a couple people already are deciding on things.
I think
Yeah, Bee's got her feet in the water, but she's keeping a really close eye on Alfir.
I think Alper is gonna try and touch it.
Touch the butt.
And
Roll
that-
to try? No, you touch the
that's how
statue.
we-
Nothing happens.
Stem is floating in the pond.
Probably look it over, see if I can find anything that.
Give me an investigation.
Does Sabum say, feel free to ride on me?
That was a real quick edit.
Yup.
Hey, Sabum. Do you say that?
That's an 8.
I want to see Stab doggy paddle.
If he's doing it, wouldn't it be turtle paddling?
He edited it again to be quoted. So he's saying it.
Bee dives headfirst in the pool, swims over, and gets on Sabum's back.
Kinky.
I rolled an
Random
8.
pond sex. Yeah.
I'm not fucking him. Jesus.
Not yet.
Jeebus.
Never know.
What was your investigation roll, V?
An 8?
An 8?
Yeah.
So, as you're looking around the statue, you see some very faded, extremely faded symbols, but you can't make out what they are at all. Time has worn these symbols down pretty hard. Whatever has been etched into the statue.
You find anything, V?
Alfir,
Who's
Out
V?
here.
Who's V?
Ah.
There's some symbols, but they're so worn down I can't make them out.
What do I have? What do I have?
Can I
don't have any paper. Meh.
go over and take a thing from or a piece of paper from my notebook and
I
try
do
to
have
do like an
my-
etching thing?
I do have a mithril shovel though.
The only one in existence.
Yep.
Roll for etch. I'll call that a sleight of hand.
Oh boy. Don't fuck me. Oh, that's bad.
Apparently, she has been fucked.
9.
Yeah, that's better than
So
mine.
you attempt to get the etching, and when you pull the paper away, it doesn't seem like it has worked. It just seems like you have a entirely black paper with no resin symbols or anything.
How do you fuck up an etching?
Somehow you just messed it up.
I'm
Or-
smart. I know how to do this. I'm just not very dexterous.
Maybe I could give it a shot. Do you have some more paper?
Yeah, I'll take another piece of paper out and give it to Alfier.
Alfie will give it a shot.
All right.
Uh, 21.
With much more success than Iris seems to have been able to manage out of it, you get the same symbol back. It still looks pretty blurry. It's not like you can really make it out very easily. But seeing it from a different perspective, being able to like hold it up to the light and stuff like that, you are able to make out the symbol of the cat lord, and then you can't really tell what the other symbol next to it is. It seems like it could be almost a picture of what this huge lion statue is, just without the mane.
'Point that out to Iris, and
Alright.
if it looks like it's without the mane, can I try and look at the mane and see if there's any sign that it could be separated or anything like that?
Give me another investigation.
Can I assist?
Since Alfred informed you of it, yes, you can assist him.
Uh, 17.
Does not look like the mane can come off in any way.
Can I keep looking around and see if there's any more symbols or if those were the only ones?
It does seem like you have scoured the statue thoroughly, and it seems like those are the only couple symbols that are on the statue.
I would like to investigate the statue. And there it is. 9.
Much the same as Alfred had first drawn conclusion from, you scour the statue and only come up with those two symbols as being the only thing out of the ordinary.
I will poke the symbols. Trying to push on them.
Nothing seems to happen when you poke the symbols or push on them.
I will push the statue.
The statue most definitely doesn't budge, which is a weird thing considering how much you can push.
I will try to push the statue in all 4 directions.
No matter what direction you try to push it, even into the water, it does not seem to be able to budge.
Does it look magical? Like, can I
Arcana
tell?
check.
Okay.
I will splash water up on it.
Are you serious?
Ooh.
That's a 14. I rolled a 7.
So it doesn't take much focusing on it to discern that there is something magical about it. What that might be, you cannot tell, but there is an aspect of magic to it.
Okay.
This actually- No, go ahead.
Yeah, Iris starts cycling through all of her known languages and just like trying to talk to it in some way. See if any of that gets any reaction from it.
Doesn't seem like anything happens when you speak to it in any of your languages.
I will
Even
cast.
Ironese or whatever it's called. Irisian.
Irisian. Nope.
Damn, he doesn't know
I will-
Irisian.
Didn't
I
Mako
will-
say something about Alfir needing to attune to these? It's probably something only Alfir can do, right?
What is Rin doing?
Casting Speak with Animals.
You do cast speak with animals, stab them. You you do all of those things. You even climb the statue to try to scratch behind its ears, and that doesn't work either.
Alfred's gonna sit down, put his back against the statue, and just close his eyes.
He has no time for a nap, Alfir.
B curls up next to him and whispers in his ear, and
Ooh.
I didn't hear what you whispered.
I didn't say what I whispered. Would you like me to decide what I said?
I just heard an oof, so I thought it got interrupted.
No. I lean over in his ear and I whisper to him, "This is what you were meant for. You can do it, and you have an inspiration die."
Inspiration die or not, I will be right back with the tabaxi person.
Uh-oh.
As you really quick, something in the back of your mind just kind of ticks. Something you seem to have forgotten about. And it is calling for protection again. It is looking like it's almost in a cage again. And it's looking at you and saying, "You failed to protect."
I need your help to protect. Can't do it on my own.
Let me out.
Let's work together and yes.
Give me an int save.
That's a 21.
You successfully become Werebaxi and can control it. Back up we go.
Okay.
He'll come back.
As B is basically picking herself up, getting away from Alfir. Not necessarily because she was meaning to or anything like that. She could have been meaning to, but it's more so because Alfir himself is beginning to change.
Oh,
Yep,
no.
that'd make her back up.
I draw my sword.
And Alfir completes his transformation into a Werebaxi. And he's just looking around. He's looking at each and every one of you. And then you hear a crack. And then another crack. And then you feel the ground shaking a little bit as the statue that Alfir is leaning on begins to break down its outer shell.
I would like to rage.
Oh yeah, B's backed up. Hold on. Wait a little bit.
And the first thing you hear, Alfir, when you regain your full focus, brother.
Brother.
It has been too long since a fellow Werebaxi has held the power.
Are you one of the past Werebaxies?
I am. Which means there is trouble if you are actually here. I have a challenge for you. And you see him close his eyes as the rest of the stone kind of shakes off of him after he shakes a little bit. And he looks directly at you again and says, "Oh, and this is not one you will like. This is now a challenge of fear." Stab him. Give me an int save. You are compelled to leave the water. Your challenge lies in the pool. What you must find down there, you will know. You will see it. You will come to grasp it. You may gain more control. I will keep your friends company. They do so seem like they want it. And he looks directly at Ren.
And Lion, I guess, since that's still up.
You still have that active?
Yep. Don't need to fight. Just prepared. I could also just sit down and relax.
You hear, if a lion could chuckle, that is kind of what you hear. It's kind of like a mix between a purr and a laugh. And he says, "Alfir, your challenge lies in the water. I should warn you that while your challenge is in the water, it is also above ground. If you do not happen to come back up in time, your party may not be alive to witness your success. You best hurry. Everyone roll initiatives."
Woohoo! Brand new spell list. 2 discs. Fuck, I'm rolling like ass. My brand new B dice are betraying me already.
All right.
I think you all have the ability to just put your initiative roll in there anyways. Excuse me. Sasha, where'd you go? Freaking Sasha. Sasha's way down there. Pwent is ready.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from?
damn it.
Come on, Joe. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right.
Am I not supposed to be on there?
I'm getting you there.
Okay.
Bex, what did you roll for initiative?
12, I thought I put it in.
You gotta hit enter. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I
oh,
don't think
okay,
it.
hold on. There we go.
Like,
There
it
you
also
go. Literally
didn't
had
like,
just hit enter.
It didn't like whenever I was using numpad for whatever reason.
Oh, that I just did and it was fine. But
Fuck. Okay, it's just mine then.
Well, B, what is your dexterity modifier?
+3, I think? +3.
Weird.
But my initiative is +5, and I honestly can't figure out why. I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's all right. All right. So with all of that said, you see a spiritual weapon form in each hand of this massive humanoid lions.
Hey, I can do that too.
And he is wielding what looks to you guys like, basically trunk-sized greatswords in each of his hands. He's just got those formed in each hand now.
Boy.
And stab him is your turn.
We are flanking.
um,
Oh, that is with advantage. Rip.
what is your first roll of that? What was your first roll of that? Was that the 16? 15? All right. Something about him as you are coming to swing at him seems to throw you off your footing. Not that you're afraid of him or anything like that, but something is just, it doesn't feel quite right. Almost like he has some form or presence about him that's just keeping you from being able to focus entirely on hitting him accurately. And you do miss. No advantage. Second attack is also a miss. Do you have a third at this point? Okay. You do now. You have two more again.
I'm gonna laugh if he misses all of them. Aw, man.
Hey, that one's a hit.
We don't want him to miss.
That one is also a hit.
I do, as some sort of poetic justice.
Rude.
I heard the justice. Read it, but Is that total or just for that attack? Done. Are you moving or are you sticking there? All right. Rin, it is your turn. You did keep your rage.
Uh, hmm. Hmm. For stab's sake, witchcraft, and I bamf the wings out.
All right.
Charisma save.
He is still looking at you as his primary target, and it seems as if he doesn't flinch at all when you pop your wings out. However, your necrotic portion of it will still work.
Okay. The way you have it set up is they still have to make the save.
Oh, I know, he's immune to fear.
Right. For the damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
damage. That party also makes the save though, so it's still half damage there.
Okay. He takes 3 damage,
Oof.
and that's already rounded.
Okay.
Uh,
But now your attacks are even further imbued than they already usually are.
yup. Eh. Well, I'm going to attack recklessly. Do I get advantage?
You actually do.
Okay. First one, 26.
Do I have a Celeste token, by the way?
I can get one out there for you.
Thank you.
Second
Oh,
one is
she's
a
so tiny.
20, not natural.
I love her.
20 not natural?
Yep, and a
That
27.
is. They are both hits.
Okay. So, first one is. God, it's been so long. 23 points. And the second one is 11.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Alfir, it's your turn. You are aware backseat at the moment. What do you do?
I said jump in the pool, so jump in the pool.
The lion statue refrains from reaction to attack of opportunity, and you jump in the pool. So did that throw you to what I wanted it to?
Nope, I'm still on the same layer.
So do I? Let's see. Do I throw the token at it, or do I throw?
You should be able to grab by my name on the bottom and drag it up to the. There it went.
There we go. You swim for a little ways before your vision clears up, and all of a sudden you are able to make out what seems to be an entire underwater temple.
I'll start swimming towards it.
You're actually over here. And as you start swimming towards it, you get about here, and a vision comes up in front of you. You make out your sister, but you don't see her for, like, as you had just recently seen her. You see her in chains, you see her tied up to a chair, you see an old enemy of yours, you see Davik.
Okay.
And you see Davik begin to torture your sister and start doing just like the beginnings of getting into what would be a heavy torture session. And you immediately start hearing her cry out. Give me an int save.
Uh, 17.
And as you see this, you obviously know that it can't be your sister. She's obviously not here. Something is happening here. Something is casting spells on you. And you shatter through this illusion, and you see the real form come out now, which seems to be a water hag.
Okay.
And your turn is over from there. Let's go to the next one. Iris, back above water. The lot of you see as soon as Alfred dove into the water, it iced over right as soon as he was fully submersed.
That's cool as fuck. That's also cold, but that's not the point.
And you see almost what looks to be like dead. Like a blue mist rising from the lion's eyes. The test has really begun, he says.
In common or?
Coming.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm going to. I'm going to back up a little bit. Maybe.
Okay. No attacks of opportunity seem forthcoming on you.
Oh, good. I was scared. And I'm going to cast. Spirit Guardians at
I think her whole turn is a question right now.
Right?
my whole life is a question right now.
No, you're pretty good on where you're at in your life right now. I mean, you might be questioning things, but you're still there.
Am I though? Am I really here? I'm gonna cast it at a 4th level. Am I? Yes, I am. Let me cast that. And they are going to be angelic in nature, so they'll do radiant damage. And that's my turn, I think.
All right. What do I put on the board for this? Because I'm assuming this is something I actually put on the board.
It is an aura around me that is 15 feet.
Square
Radius.
or radius? Okay.
Yeah, radius. And let me cast a spell. I can designate any number of creatures that are unaffected by it, so obviously my entire party.
Can I make a quick addendum to when you cast it, though?
Sure.
Because your goddess is Shar, they do not appear as divine. They do still appear, they do still guard, but they are not divine.
So they'll do necrotic damage?
Yes.
Cool, I guess. And I think they only take damage on their turn. Let me check real quick. The creature's speed is halved in the area, and when they enter the area for the first time or start a turn there, they make a wisdom save. So on their turn, he's gonna make a wisdom save.
Okay. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I don't think I can. Nope.
You've moved, you've actioned. I think you have a bonus action if you would like it.
I don't have anything that I want to do as a bonus action, no. So that's my turn.
And is that the beginning of his turn that he takes the wisdom blah?
Yes.
All right. Your save is a 17 or a 16?
15.
15. He is base higher than that.
The fuck?
As in, I rolled a base higher than that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like he has a plus 15 or something.
No, he has a
and I'm
plus
like, what the
27 to
fuck?
wisdom saves.
Jesus Christ, dude. Well, he still takes half damage, so
Go for it.
hold on, I need to find my d8s. I have 3 of them. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, that is 6, 10, 15, 18. So he takes 9 damage still.
Done. And then he, to each of his sides, just raises both of his gigantic swords, and I need Rin, Stabum, B, and Puent all to make dexterity saving throws.
Can I say that Celeste is like higher up? Like she's up there somewhere.
She's up there somewhere. So basically, you walked backwards and she flew straight into the air.
Yeah.
$17 for me.
B, you are muted if you wanted to say that out loud.
Oh, haha, sorry about that. 23.
Okay. Puent and Rin both fail their dexterity saves and take some damage and get knocked 20 feet. Well, Rin down, Puent up.
That's a long way.
So,
Stabum and B, you are
so
both
still
just
there?
one down to each side.
Okay.
Fuck.
And this is not psionic damage, but and I'm not halving it, but you do take 36 damage, and that is from me not halving it. From this lion statue basically slamming down. No, you saved. You dodged out of the way in time. Both of his gigantic swords and cleaving the ground and even this rock that's over here basically quite in half as his swords are basically dug out of the ground now, and he raises them again to strike to his north and south now. And that would just be Iris. Give me a dexterity save.
Why? That's a natural one.
Iris, you only take 27 damage.
Okay. Yeah, only.
It's less than the other one.
And that brings us to B.
Did Iris move somewhere?
She does get knocked, since she was actually directly in the path of the swing itself, she gets knocked straight back only 10 feet. But because that hit a wall, she takes further damage from getting knocked into the wall
Fuck
with
you,
such
Beck.
Sorry,
force.
sorry, I had no idea that would happen. I'm really sorry.
And she takes an extra. I need to roll this because it was just 10 feet, so.
Miser, you are not helping me get people on my good side with my new character.
You said that out of the B character. That was you just trying to figure something out. You take an extra 6 damage from getting knocked into the wall and the wind knocked out of you a little bit.
All right.
And my next question. I have line of sight on everyone but Puent, or I assume I can't see Puent through the giant lion.
Giant lion's legs are pretty dummy thick, so no.
So no, I can't see him.
No.
Okay. B's gonna go, I can help! And if you turn and look at her, she's sort of like, she looks the same, but she doesn't quite look the same, and it freaks you out a little, but it gives you 11 temporary hit points, and it allows you to move up to your movement speed if you want without provoking an opportunity attack. That's my bonus action. So all y'all have 11 temporary hit points now. And then she is going to use her action to cast blindness on the lion.
Okay.
That's a con save. 17.
You said we can move up to our movement speed.
Yep.
With that. Okay.
Like just once?
When I do the ability. Let me hold on.
17, right?
Yep.
Lion just barely passes.
Damn.
Oh, so you're saying we can move right now?
Yeah, each creature can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Um. Hey DM, how high is this cliff that I just knocked into?
It's 20. Is it? I don't think it actually gives me a foot rating anywhere.
Never mind, I can't
20
climb
feet.
it. That on my turn. I'll just stay here. I don't really have anywhere else to go.
She moved there, and that's her turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That brings up Twent, who, having a raging barbarian in front of him, also having get knocked into the wall, kind of laughs it off and goes into his own form of dwarven battle rage, and he charges past Rin if whether Rin tries to allow him or not.
You could say I'm hovering, so I just lift my legs. Nope.
And he leaps. I actually need to make an athletics check for this. Super leaps onto the back of the lion, starts climbing up the lion, and just starts headbutting and punching the lion as he goes. Hit, miss, miss. Well, I don't know how you miss when you're actually grabbing onto him, but whatever. And you just hear a maniacal glee coming from Twent as he actually, the first hit was his headbutt, which means the helmet spike that he has on his head just like rams into the back of the lion, and he does a good chunk of damage. And then it is the top of the turn, and before Stab'em, gonna have to try harder than that kitty cat. Before Stab'em gets to do his action, though, the lion drops his swords and does a huge clap, and a like 50-foot thunder wave goes out. It's a lot of typing.
Clickety clackety click.
I need Constitution saving throws from, I think, from everyone.
$20 not natural.
Oh shit. 14.
16. Does my owl need to make one?
Your owl is actually safe.
Good.
I'm assuming I'm safe underwater.
It's not that that this clap would have not hit the owl. For some reason, your owl just seems immune to the effects of this lion. For some reason, because you saw the shockwave emanate out, and it passed by and phased through your owl as if nothing happened to your owl.
Celeste, you the MVP here. Give me your power.
All right. One more time. Rin saved. I know he said 20 not natural, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stabum saved. Iris, what was yours?
16.
Iris failed. And B, what was yours?
14, so I definitely failed.
Correct.
Well, hell.
Scared.
Iris and B, you each take 7 thunder damage. Iris, you take an additional bit of damage for getting knocked into the wall yet again.
Oh my
I'm standing
god.
right in front of it. I'm
So
literally
rough.
standing with my back to it. Because I just got hit into it.
And the pressure of the thunder wave knocks you into the wall again, even with you being right there. So Iris, you take an additional 3 damage on top of the 7 from the thunder wave itself.
Do I get moved at all?
B, you get pushed another 10 feet away from where you currently were,
This way?
directly away from the boss.
So, diagonal.
Yeah.
Got it.
And he picks up his swords again, and he crosses them, and at the middle of the cross, you see what seems to be a spark of blackness beginning to form. Stab him, your turn.
He said BRB.
Unless you are BRB.
Oh, wait. I gotta make a whole bunch of concentration checks. Okay, so the first amount of damage, what was it, like 20 something that I took?
It's 27, I'm pretty sure. 27, 26, 27.
So that is just a failure. That was a 6, so you know. Spirit Guardians are gone.
Okay.
Uh,
And
B's
when
gonna use her
Stabum gets...
reaction to try and counterspell the black thing that's forming.
it doesn't look... Well, when you go to do that, because reaction is also as instant as you would think this would be, it doesn't seem like it is actually a spell.
Also, didn't you use your reaction to move?
No, I got
Oh, wait, no, that
knocked.
was your turn. Never mind.
Yeah, that was just our turn for that.
Did I waste a spell slot, or did I notice that? I wasted.
We'll give it that you caught that it wasn't a spell as soon as you began trying to charge up your own counter spell.
Cool, thank you. I actually might be too far away anyway. Hold on. Nope, I'm not, but regardless.
When Stabum gets back, some dialogue will happen so that you can all hear it.
Yeah, we'll be right back while we're waiting then.
Okay.
Back with a beer and a cookie.
Living the life.
You know it.
I cheers your cookie with my ice cream spoon.
As you all die to a lion statue because Alfir is afraid of water.
He jumped right in.
Has he overcome his fear that fast?
Don't know.
Is
We'll find out
His sense
It's
of
next
duty is
time
simply
on
stronger.
Dragon Ball Z, right?
Is Werebaxy enough Alfir that he's his inspiration die?
Did you use your inspiration die on that save?
Nope.
Oh, that was just a natural save.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 on the first one.
No, I just mean like he's still Alfir, right? So he still would have his inspiration die.
Yeah, he still has it.
Okay. It's a D10, by the way, V.
He currently hasn't had to use it because he keeps freaking saving things.
It lasts for 10 minutes, so he can use it whenever he needs.
That's
I'm
fine.
just reminding him.
I'm just saying he needs to stop rolling like a boss so that I can have shit affect him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my investigations and crap where I was rolling like shit, but
Oh yeah, that was bad. Like, if you didn't figure out to just like become the Werebaxy, I was gonna laugh because that would have put you at a dead stop for a while.
well,
By the way, that second symbol was literally just you becoming Werebaxy for the Cat Lord.
well, saying the tune that reminded me that tune. Well, maybe it's like D&D, and you have to take a short rest for attunement.
Hmm.
So I figured, worth a shot.
Live, Bex, live.
Nope, I'm dead.
No dying. No.
All right, we got to replace B, guys. Anyone have any candidates?
Yeah, you saw her for 1 minute. Now she's gone. Man, what a waste of a plane ticket. Good thing I already paid socks back.
Well, if you're dead, would it even matter?
Well, if I was dead, then I guess he could ask my husband to pay him back for the plane ticket, but I already paid him back, so
Yeah,
it's all good.
Can die with no
Um,
regrets.
Because not paying socks back was going to be my only.
I'm just going to take Stabum's turn here instead. I am going to assume that he is going to attack.
But he's
Pew
gonna
pew.
Stabum's got a stab.
Oh, there's a song I'm going to use for inspiration later.
He doesn't have advantage, but he has a really fucking high modifier. So I'm pretty sure even a 10 hits with him. Oh, nope, not my characters, my campaigns. View campaign. Over to Stabum. Hi, B, how you doing? That is a much darker B than the... Why didn't you just use that one?
Because
I guess because the horns weren't proper.
yeah, and like I don't know, the overall look of the one I gave you for my token is right, just the skin color is wrong, you know?
Hmm.
Kind of like Iris's token is like not the right skin color, but it gives you the feel, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Alright,
Believe it or
Stabum
not,
actually
Papajow
misses that
pictures
attack.
from
His
mine.
next attack is... Okay, I shouldn't roll for Stabum anymore. Both missed.
Oh, he gonna be pissed.
And he does make sure to keep himself semi in the way of the lion and B. since that's basically the most defensible thing he can do at the moment. Otherwise, that brings up Trin. Did Rin AFK too?
What? Huh?
It's your turn.
Oh.
It's your turn.
Okay. I am going to go over to here and pick Iris up and fly up and over to here.
Give me an athletics check just to make sure. Iris, are you resisting or are you allowing this?
I'm allowing it. I just took a lot of damage.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 27.
Yeah, you succeed. She gets brought with you. You're plopping her here or here.
There.
You can get rid of my aura now, by the way.
Does the aura discern things, or what does the aura do?
It was the spirit guardians.
No, I mean, like, does it hit allies as well as enemies, or?
Well, it's
No.
gone.
I'm just saying it's gone.
Oh, or okay,
I
sorry,
fixed it.
mistaken. I misheard what you said. My bad. I'm like, why is Rin getting hit by it? I don't know how I heard that. I think Rin gets hit by this, but that's basically how I took it. Anything else with your turn, Rin?
Well, it's movement and action. So that's my turn.
All right. That does bring up Iris.
Didn't Alfir go before me?
Oh,
Me and him both had
that does bring up
17.
Alfir. I removed him from the list. I forgot. Pew! It brings up
Actually,
Alfir.
She probably does have a higher dex modifier than me right now.
I was gonna say no. Right now, yes. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I have a +2.
I have a +2.
Okay.
It brings up Iris. This sucks because I'm changing screens to do all this.
Okay. I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do you? Okay, so the spell Guardian of Faith. It is, it says, on it says, any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on their turn. Would you rule that means, like, if they start their turn there as well? Because it's still within range for the Guardian, it just...
Repeat it one more time.
Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on their turn.
They have to move?
To a space within 10 feet of the Guardian.
And then what was the part, your part of the question again?
Would that constitute, like, if they were still standing still as long as they're within 10 feet of the Guardian?
If it very specifically says moves, probably not. Otherwise, for the sake of this combat, I will allow it.
Okay.
Because he is large enough to be moving limbs of his to constitute what the Guardian would count as moving.
Okay, cool. I will cast a Guardian of Faith, and I will plunk it right, right here.
All right, Guardian Faith is going to be this super tiny
Wait, is that within range?
Dark
Hold on.
Madam enemy.
What's the range on it? That's not within range. It's gonna go right here. Yeah, there.
Can't you cast it off of Celeste? Or no?
Only touch spells.
Gotcha.
Um.
And it has a 10-foot radius aura or something?
Yes. And every turn that it's within 10 feet of it, then it has to make a dex save.
Okay.
And testing that. And then I'm going to do a wait, why? Okay. I'm going to do a healing word on myself.
Sure.
At
Roll to hit.
second level.
I'm kidding.
I swear to God. Oh, no. All right. 8 points of healing. Okay. And that's my turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
And I thank Rin for saving my life.
That brings up Alfir, who is currently underwater.
I guess I'll try and swim up to the hag.
All right. So we have 50 feet away from that. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing it by those rules. You do make it up to the hag, but as you do, your vision clouds over again. And I need another int save.
Uh, 15.
This time, what you see happens to be what's kind of already in front of you. Instead of just like all of this vision of what your sister could have gone through or whatnot, this time you just see the situation you're in now. All of this water surrounding you. Just this massive body of water suffocating you, just encapsulating you, making it hard for you to move. You're starting to struggle a little bit against it. You take at this point some psionic damage actually. I need to get the psionic damage above water to hit Rin. Just saying. You take 16 psionic damage.
Okay.
And you pretty much fully believe at this point that you are suffocating. You still have an action though. That you're suffocating, that you're drowning.
And I still see everything that's here, like.
Yes, the only part about it that's scaring you at the moment is that you feel entirely like you are drowning instead of like you are going to approach the sag to kill her.
If that's the case, he'd probably try and hurry up and find the entrance to somewhere to get into this.
So you try pushing past the hag?
Yeah.
Okay. As you try pushing past the hag, I need an athletics check ×2 actually. Because as you try pushing past the hag, another one shows up right next to it as you push past, and this illusion of your drowning fades as you push this other hag out of her illusion as well.
Uh, 22 on the first one.
All right, you do successfully move the first hag that you could see out of the way.
20 on the second.
And same with the second. However, because you were not expecting a second, your turn ends there.
Okay.
Back above water, we get to the lion's turn. And he says, "Distance away from you won't save me. You can go as far as you would like. I'll just bring you back." And he continues charging whatever he's got going on. In fact, it looks like a black hole is now forming at the cross section of his swords.
Dexterity save.
It is B's turn.
Dexterity save?
No, nothing needs to happen.
For him, for my
Oh, for
guardian.
him. That's right. Sorry. He takes the radiant damage.
Does he fail?
Yeah.
Okay, he takes 20 radiant damage.
20 radiant damage taken.
Nice.
B, your turn.
All right. He's gonna try something crazy. She is going to attempt to cast Polymorph on the lion. It's a DC 17 Wisdom save.
All right. So I'm going to say that it fails because the lion is a construct.
That I had a feeling that was true, but I had to try.
And that one is actually a failed save. Or not a failed save, a failed spell slot cast entirely.
Yeah, I marked it off already. Let me see. Is there anything I can do with my bonus action? Quick. That's a reaction. Well, I don't want to be totally useless. With my bonus action, I will inspire stab him.
Stab him. For some reason, you can just like feel a dance happening behind you. You feel inspired by this dance you can't really see.
She'll sing to him. She'll say like, I don't know, you can do it, you can do it, and then he's inspired.
I like it. That's great.
Right, I'm getting the sense that B's gonna be real cheesy in battle because I don't know how to be like sexy and also like come up with songs on the fly. So
I mean, if Sam can do it, you can do it. It's fine.
yeah, but Sam was supposed to be silly. Anyway.
There's such a thing as sexy silly. I don't know. Twent, who is still climbing up the back, climbs further up the back to the head, doing his whole hit thing along the way with his spiky bits. I should not roll for Sasha anymore. I really should not roll for Sasha anymore.
Oh no.
I should roll for Sasha all the time. Okay. So that last one is actually a crit. Really? Really? Huh. A crit that don't do much because min damage, fucker.
Wow.
Rip.
Rough.
Took the same damage that it took the last turn when Point didn't crit. Stab him. Are you back? Kit. I'm going to assume he had to go do fatherly duties.
When you roll for him, you roll like ass.
The problem is, if I don't roll for him, we could be here until like 1 in the morning.
Oh, I know.
Oh, he's typing.
All right. You were typing in the wrong channel. Where did you? I want to know where you sent it now. Did you actually send it?
Just hanging out in another server, like not paying attention.
They just show up and then like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Yeah, oh my god, it was.
It is your turn, buddy. Of course.
Don't forget your inspiration die if you need it. Since I'm pretty sure Althea could have used it and I forgot to remind him.
Oh, I used it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was a 5 and a 9 on the inspiration.
20 is a hit. 14 is a miss. $11 damage.
DM, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Does it appear like this thing is actually taking damage?
That is a good question. Yes, it is taking damage. Problem, it just doesn't seem like the damage is affecting it very well.
Because
Like,
I see all
it's
the
not
damage we've done, and its
resisting any of
HP
that
bar
damage.
has like literally a sliver taken out of it.
Yes, it has been taking full damage. You haven't seen anything particularly resisted except for a couple saves here and there.
Okay.
Stab him, you doing anything else with your turn? Sticking where you're at. Oh, you're okay. Sorry, I was about to move before you. All right. And that brings up Rin's turn.
Hmm. I've been debating.
Master debating?
I am master debater.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha.
I think Kyle would try to claim that title from you.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between debating and being Kyle.
Rude.
Well, you know. Uh, I will fly over to here, which is 25 feet. How tall is the statue?
Actually, about like 40-ish feet tall.
Neat.
Yeah, around there.
And I will attack it recklessly. That's really glad that's not a 1. 23.
23 is a hit.
And the second is a natural 20.
That is
Nice.
also definitely a hit.
Okay, so first one is holy balls, max damage. Okay. For 26.
So your second one has to be higher than that, or you suck. I mean, I'm kidding.
Well, I do get a flat plus 10. on the first one.
See, but you have to roll like, what is it, 7 or above, and double that in order to do better than what you just rolled there.
Pretty sure I have something. Critical. Okay, so that's another die 6. Oh shit, where'd that die go? Fuck. It's
The
gone.
sound of all that dice is hot.
Okay.
That's my kink.
You know the best thing, Lucy? You know the best thing? You get to see that in a couple of weeks.
Ugh.
All right, I'm getting all my die 6s out.
Oh wow.
Goes and gets the fucking Monopoly game, gets the dice out of there too.
Monopoly?
Like,
No.
Finding
no.
D6s everywhere you can find them.
Goes gets Yahtzee out.
I'm gonna get my shit. I can't even remember the name of the
40K.
tabletop. 40K dice
40K.
out.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why I have so many goddamn die 6 because I played 40K.
Right.
Okay, so that's 28, and I believe because I hit with a critical, I can make a attack with my bonus action.
Yes.
Well, it's not a natural 20, but it's 23.
Is also a hit.
Oh, wow. All right. So that's 15 damage. And 5, 20. Okay, so 20. And then I'm going to fly 20 feet straight up.
All right. So as to both Stabum and Rin, you do successfully complete your movements. But you can feel as if you're starting to get dragged closer to the boss, regardless of where you wanted to move. And 20 feet straight up.
Is this a magical effect?
It is not a magical effect. Well,
It's not a
no,
spell.
this is a scientific effect.
Whoa.
What is science except
Okay.
for proven magic?
So I have the Ring of Free Action, which means magic can either reduce my speed, cause me to be paralyzed, or restrain. So
This isn't doing any of those things yet.
that last word that you said is why I'm just letting you know that I have that.
Iris,
See.
it is your turn.
Oh, so it is. Alrighty. I'm going to I'm going to try to banish him. He's gotta make a charisma save.
Natural 19.
Fuck you. Alright, cool.
Does that work on constructs?
I mean, it doesn't say it doesn't.
Huh.
Does it say creature though? Because that's I think what makes it so that I can't polymorph it.
No, a creature is just literally anything. It doesn't say a fucking... Usually the only things that, like, stuff like that doesn't work on is if the boss itself has something in its flavor text being like, hey, you got this, which means you can't do this.
Oh,
Alright.
and constructs have true form or something, right?
Most of them, I
Immutable
think.
form, something like that.
This one does.
Yeah.
This brings up Iris. If you're not doing anything else with your turn,
Can I make like a quick medicine check or something to see who is the most hurt out of all of us?
sure.
Okay. What's with the natural ones?
Uh,
I'm the most hurt. Okay, I'm gonna cure myself.
they all look pretty fine compared to you.
Alright, I'm just gonna healing rid myself again.
I think you have actually still had the most damage. I don't know though. I don't have their sheets up.
Yeah, I'll just first level healing rid myself. Okay.
That brings up Alfir down in the deep.
I'm gonna still try and find a way in here.
So as you move closer, you actually get to this wall area. You're not exactly sure where a door or a window might be, but currently you are searching. Give me an investigation check.
20.
Okay. So you manage to get yourself actually all the way down and across, and I need another end save as you get bombarded yet again.
17.
This time, as the image tries to take hold, you're getting pretty used to this at this point, and so this hag, as she tries to cast the spell, it just fails immediately, and she's just kind of looking at you dumbstruck. You continue past her a little bit, and you find an edge that leads down to what could potentially be the easement that is the roof before the entrance, something like that. You think you're pretty close at this point.
Okay. Guessing that's it.
Yeah, that brings up the lion's turn.
Roar.
Dex save.
The lion rolls a 3 on the dex save, like a nat
20
3,
damage,
so
bitch. This is the only thing he's failing. It's okay. No, it's not okay because he's barely taking any goddamn damage.
he's taking all the damage. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but look how. Okay, he has a lot of fucking HP then.
He does have a lot of HP, yes. And he, as his turn, he slashes through his black hole with his turn.
Oh shit,
And
we're creating another universe. Bang, this is what happens.
that's probably
fine.
He splits it into 4 separate entities
Mm.
Oh no.
that all home in on each member of the party that is currently actually themselves. I need all of you to give me dexterity saves.
Fuck.
Oh great, I'm great at those. Let's see if I can do 3 natural ones in a row. Let's go! That was a 2!
It wasn't a natural one.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, no.
You cursed me with your evil words, Lucy.
Okay, who rolled a 3? We gotta do the 1, 2, 3.
Fuck!
It's okay. I get advantage on that.
That's a 4.
So 20, not natural.
Funny enough, Stabum and Rin both barely just save.
I had a fucking
I
plus 7
I
to
had
my dex
basically
save.
no chance of saving that then because, like, unless I rolled an 18.
That's what
Well,
I
it
had to
was a
roll.
chance.
What are you doing, Stabum? Get back in your spot.
Oh, he's not snapping the grids anymore.
Nope.
He's broke.
He's snapping to a different grid. All right. And B and Iris, I not only needed a dex save from you now, but as you take this damage, I need a strength save.
Oh, great. I'm worse at those.
Yeah, I'm also really, really bad at those.
What the fuck?
That's cocked.
And
What the
you each
fuck?
take 34
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
force damage.
Good thing I healed myself.
I rolled a 13 on my strength save, by the way.
I rolled a 6.
Holy fuck.
I have a -1 to my strength
this-
saves. I'm pretty sure I can't save.
This fucking this dice fucking hates me, but I refuse not to use it because it's my favorite.
You'll fit right in.
Yeah, but why in the world would Iris revive me? She doesn't even know me.
Iris and B, you two are
'Cause I'm
both
not
banished for now,
evil.
We're
What?
banished, yeah.
as you are enveloped by your separate black holes.
I just screamed what, and then somebody upstairs just yelled back what.
Okay.
I don't know. That seems like a good.
That's
I'm
not
somewhere
fair.
else.
I tried to banish you. You don't get to banish me.
He started it first.
That's not fair. I started it first. I did it first.
And the lion says, "Two left. He doesn't have much time." And his turn's over.
I assume my turn is also over.
Your turn is over.
Yeah, it's fine. I really don't have it. My build is literally useless to fight anyway, so.
Puent is going to try to do his stuffs. Hit. Miss. Hit. Alright, Puent, you're on a better roll than you were last time. Hope the damage is good this time. Puent's on almost Rin levels of damage now.
Yay.
Puent did 44 damage.
Good job.
And he climbs further up the lion and tries to poke at the lion's eyes with the stabbings that he's doing. Both Iris and Bewitch are disappeared at the moment, yes.
Are our black holes still there, or are we just gone? I'm just curious.
All of 4 of the black holes are still there, actually, but Rin and Stabum were able to dodge theirs.
Gotcha.
I do actually need a strength save from you again, B, from your turn there.
But I'm really bad at those, Miser. That's a 14.
Okay. You take half damage from this one this time.
Oh, good, because I only have 22 hit points left.
And that is 20 damage before the halving, so 10.
Okay. I'm almost dead, y'all. Don't
Same,
kill me on my
girl.
very first game, please.
Stab him, your turn. It's turtle time. Oh, that's a thing.
Racial ability, engage.
Would you like to explain it a little bit?
I'm imagining this is kind of like one of those like Power Rangers transformation things.
It is
like
now.
a little dance.
It's
When
a
our
Super
powers
Saiyan, yes.
So Stabum starts screaming.
So Stabum basically, I don't think he has to mouth any words or say anything for this specifically. Rin, since you're really the only one that can clearly see it, as well as Celeste, you see Stabum's shell fully encompass him as if it is a full suit of plate mail. It's literally plated turtle shell armor in full plate version now at this point, and Stabum is stabbing a bitch. This is a
Get it,
lion, not a
Stabum.
lioness. It's also not a dog. 22 is a hit. And a nat 19 is a crit for you. Sometimes I just like to think that Iris is being studious and taking notes on all of the stuff that's transpiring.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing.
Other times, I know she's just talking to other people.
Yes, I'm a very popular person, don't you know?
You did. Only Rin has seen it.
Now Stabum's the one with the biggest secrets. Have fun with that.
I think he's trying to calculate his damage right now.
No, I just mean he's trying
There
to
it
keep
is.
us from knowing about his thing.
Celeste knows, she'll tell me.
34 damage has been taken.
Well, that means fucking anything.
I like that one. That's a good icon for that. Is your turn down from there? Alright, Rin?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna hit it.
I actually cannot see its. Hold on, I need to move your stat. Oh, never mind, I can see it. Never mind.
You mean that little tiny ticker that's missing?
I need. It is something I still need to keep track of. Don't you worry.
Yeah, okay. Recklessly. All right. 27 for the first.
Yeah, it hits.
And 19 for the second.
A 19 is actually a miss.
Okay. 22.
22.
Oh shit.
And that's my turn.
Iris, give me a strength save.
This is gonna go great. Should I use this dice? I mean, how much worse can it get?
Very bad.
15? That one was actually good.
You take half damage.
Oh, thank God.
That is 16, not halved. So you take 8.
Yay. Still alive for now.
Alfir.
Wait, am I able to do anything during this, or
Nope.
fuck?
Your strength save was all you got.
Althea, this is your only chance to save me. I will die next turn. Just no pressure. No pressure or anything.
I mean,
No
same.
pressure.
Yeah, you just have the 2 female players of the party relying on you. Just go
The
for
only
it.
person who can resurrect anyone. And has all the diamonds on her.
Ooh, all the diamonds went up into the black hole too.
Uh-oh.
They're mine. They're in my pockets.
I'm gonna keep going towards the entrance.
At this, you make it towards the entrance. You make it here, and you see some symbols again. Give me an investigation check.
Oh, come on.
That's a different dice that hasn't been mean to me yet. 20.
These ones are very easy to make out, even despite how faded they are, especially being underwater. It actually looks like it's just two indents where a very large paw could fit.
Put my hands in them.
And when you connect your hands with the indents in the wall in the door, wow, I cannot words at the moment. I am sorry. You see a brief flash of light as basically the both paw prints flash, and then the door itself begins to open. And inside, you see a crumbled down cat statue, the remnants of one, again in the form of what is usually the cat lord. What once was a regal statue has crumbled down, and you actually see shadow emanating from it.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Uh, like it's a shadow that's not in the shape of what I'd expect for a crumbled statue to be making, right?
It seems like it's just a cloud of shadow enveloping this statue. You can see through the shadow. It's not like it's a darkness spell or anything like that. You can see through it. It's just a cloud of shadow enveloping this once fine, exquisite statue that is now just crumbled and broken.
I'll reach a hand into the shadow.
Give me a strength save with advantage.
25.
You reach your hand into this shadow, and you actually come in contact with pretty quickly what feels to be a stone substance under your paws. As you feel across more, you come across what seems to be the head of the statue, and the shadow dissipates as you see that regal, exquisite cat statue of the cat lord, and in its mouth is a piece of something that looks very out of place. It's of all of the things that you've seen here, as far as any of the colorings that you have seen, this one thing looks very off. It is a purple triangle in this cat lord's statue's mouth. As you pull it out, you are immediately sucked out of the temple and out of the pool of water and brought back up top.
Okay.
Well, I need to put your toucan back on the board. Boop. I need to drag you back to there, I think. Can I do that? Haha! Can I just like delete you from... How do I take you off of that now?
Uh,
Ah, I just put you back in the player's banner. That works.
Yep.
Okay. And you are floating in front of the statue holding this purple triangle in your paw as he says, "Ah, you do realize two of your party were almost dead, correct?" And as he says that, Bee and Iris, you both fall out of your black holes. Rin and Stabum, the black holes that were beginning to envelop you again, dissipate. Stabum, I am sure that you drop your stuff as soon as you realize that what's going on. And the statue goes, well, I'm pretty positive your party is ready for what's to come in the next trials ahead. They will get harder from here. You are what hangs in the balance for them. Just remember that.
Okay.
And the statue starts reforming into solid stone again, as the last words you hear him say are, "It's good to have another among our kind. It sucks for the reason, though." And he's fully stone again.
420 blaze it.
Fear quickly gets out of the water and just pops down, wet and miserable.
Still aware, Baxi.
Yep.
Iris is laying on the ground like, ow.
Stab him as you look into the water. You don't see anything of what was described before, of what you've heard me describing to Alfir before. It's just a shallow pond. Okay.
You'll float too.
That was a lot deeper than I thought.
Yeah, Iris was like flopping down next to not Iris. Jesus, me flopping down next to Alfair. My token looks a little bit like her, like what I imagine Iris looks like. Okay, give me a break.
A little bit.
Yeah, B's flopped. She's beat.
All right. And I think that actually calls the game there, right? For this one. I think the next game isn't until you guys are all actually here. Who's gone next week? Is it Socks again?
I think it's just Fox.
I should mention that Puente has not got off the statue, and Puente is still hitting the statue.
He'll be fine. In fact, we can just leave him here.
Rin, what you doing over there? I saw you go over to Iris, who also basically plopped out.
I'll scoop her up and fly her back down before my wings fade.
My hero.
Of a different variety this time.
I'll give her a healing hands head pat.
Aw. Much appreciated. How much is that?
10.
It's 10 more than I had. Almost doubled my hit points, actually.
Alright. Puente finally realizes that the statue just isn't going to react to anything he does. He finally hops off himself and says, I'm getting pretty thirsty.
Let's take a rest. Maybe you can have something to drink.
Stab me, you're just gonna continue floating in the pond.
Oh, good. It's not just me.
Alright, so we will end this with you guys taking a short rest and your
B's gonna do like a song of rest. So let me roll that for you guys quick before. Where is it? Song of rest. 1d8.
Song of Rest and Respite.
You get 2 free hit points. You're welcome.
Nice.
Oh, let's see. These are D10.
So, just a question.
Mm-hmm.
We decided we're starting an hour later from now on, right?
It's supposed to be for Kit to make sure his baby gets to sleep on, because his baby's usually trying to go to sleep when we usually start.
But we're not extending an hour, we're just losing an hour then.
No, this is still 3 hours.
Yeah, we were stopping
Thought
around 10
we
before.
normally went more. Never mind then.
Yeah, the last few times we were stopping around 10.
Plus, if you do want to try to move on immediately to the next part, that's going to take you well past what you had wanted to stay up before. You're like, but I can do that today.
If it was literally any other weekend, I'd have to be up early tomorrow. I have to go to New York.
Damn.
Gotta make that money, bitches.
Yeah.
Gonna work the corner.
So,
Okay, that's bad.
are we playing next week or not?
Yeah, we can play next week. I can continue to control point.
All right. I used almost all my hit dice, and I'm still not up to full health. Yay, short rest.
So
Oh, but I
wait,
get
we
my
only
bardic
get 2
inspiration back.
additional.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it was
we
only
get 2 hit
2
points.
additional hit points because it's 1d8 and I rolled a fucking 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then
You watch her dance and you go, huh, I feel 2 stabbings better than I did a second ago. Hey, that gets stab him up to 101 without having to use any of his hit dice.
D8. I can't remember what hit dice are. Are they D8 plus your con? Is that what it
Depends
is?
on your class.
Or your hit
You
die plus
guys
your
should
con,
thank
right?
Alfir's dice today for how fast that fight went, because had he been failing more, there were more hags down there to be screwing with him.
Oh,
So I could have died. Got it.
I forgot about the plus con. That gives me an extra 6 hit points. Yay!
Yay.
I have
Jesus.
50 out of 63 hit points. That's,
Oh, +3.
not
Okay.
terrible.
So that takes me to full. All right.
I am rolling like ass on these.
Yeah, I rolled like ass on my hit dice too.
Are you serious? I just rolled a 3, a 4, a 2.
I used 4 of my hit dice out of my 10.
You get 10. I used 6 of mine and I'm still not up to full. That's as much as I'm willing to do because I think we're going to get in a couple more of these fights before this day is over.
Yeah, Stabum ended up the lucky one in this fight for no damage. Celeste too, but Celeste actually had a safety clause going on for her.
My build is completely useless against constructs,